Well, folks, here we go. Just leaving the put in on Lake Ensemble, about 80 kilometers north of Massey, Ontario. I'm going to head up to Bark Lake. Really, the goal is to go up and see Gray Owl's cabin at the top end of Middle Bark. And we'll just see how that goes. Just making my way up Lac Ensemble. Coming across 3 loons here, and they are big loons. Not sure if you've seen them in the GoPro, just to the left of the boat. And they just popped up and went down again. Here we are getting down to the end of Ensemble Lake, about to enter the river here, you know, in the next 5 to 10 minutes. I just can't get the smile off my face here today. What a beautiful day, a beautiful morning, slight breeze from the north, keeping me cool. Man, first backcountry trip of the year. Had one planned earlier, it just didn't pan out. I'm so happy, so glad to be out here doing this again. Okay, we've made it down to the end of Lac Ensemble, or Sable Lake. Just heading into the Ensemble River. So far, so good. Been a fantastic morning so far. Had a little bit of a headwind the last third of the lake. Kind of felt good to cool me down. It's very warm out today. Sunny, but likely to get a bunch of rain this trip. Just so happy to be out here. It looks fantastic. It feels fantastic. And I'm just in a good spot right now to start this trip. All right, here we are at the first portage. Did a lot of wading up the river, pretty shallow with lots of rocky bottom. But this is the first time I had to get out and actually carry my stuff. A little rocky through here. But nonetheless, a well-established portage. And one that's had some cleaning done with a chainsaw this year. Looks like it. I heard a rumor that Ontario Parks was through this route and did some spring cleanup. Through that portage, I went, I guess, river left if you were going downstream, on my right side going up. And it was a short portage. Mind you, I waded quite a ways up the river. And from what I can see, I'll soon come out onto Little Trout Lake. All right, we're now on Little Trout Lake. And when I just came into the lake in a very shallow spot, I seen a huge trout, lake trout. Wow, huge. I'm going to say it was 3 or 4 pounds. Definitely a good eater. And I didn't expect to see it in 2 feet of water, is where I seen it. So I just got rigged up and put a line out. I'm going to slowly troll my way down the lake here and see if I can't get a bite. Little Trout Lake. I think there's supposed to be Lakers and specks in here. The water is like glass out here. So beautiful. Now coming up to the portage between Little Trout Lake and Big Trout Lake. Seen a sign back there on the left-hand side indicating a trail. It didn't have a portage sign, but it indicated a trail. My map shows the portage is on the right-hand side, river left, coming down. I do see a bit of a trail there, so I'm going to pull out over there and just going to have a quick peek at this little stream coming in here. Here we are on that portage between little trout and big trout. All right. We're out on Big Trout Lake here in the Algoma region. I think it's Algoma. About 80 kilometers, probably now 90, 95 kilometers north of Massey, Ontario, north of Lake Huron. Just a beautiful day here. Again, I just can't get enough of this outdoor activities. But I am getting a little pooped, and I don't know if I want to do all of those portages that lead out of this lake. So I may look for a suitable campsite. If there is one. There's nothing marked on this lake that I could see. There was one right at the put-in. I didn't like it. So we moved on, and we'll see what we can find. This looks like it's going to be home for the night. A mock hammock all set up, ready to go. Gear slung everywhere for right now. This is my water access. Beautiful Prospector 14 pack. No official campsite here. I just went up in the bush, hung my hammock between two trees in a little open spot, filtering some water over there. I left the put-in on Ensemble or Sable Lake at 9:30 this morning. Pulled in here around 3:30 or 4 o'clock. That's enough for me today. I was hoping to make it to long, but there's some portages you got to drag through tomorrow. I'll save that for tomorrow. All right. Supper's done. Had an OTG meal. I think it was chicken garlic noodle. It was very good. Noodles were a little difficult to eat. I'm glad I had a fork with me, not just my spoon. Got a little fire going, drying some gear out here in the trees. Lovely canoes put to bed, tied to a tree. Hammock up there. Looking good. And this will be my view from the hammock tonight. Won't have a sunset, but be a tough time to make it till 10 o'clock anyway. Good morning. Day 2. Leaving the northwest corner of Big Trout Lake where I spent the night last night. Just cleaned up camp to leave no trace or as little as possible. And we're about to go back onto the Ensemble River, heading upstream. We'll see what today brings us. I know I'm going to have to do some lining and some wading couple portages. We'll see how far I get. This portage coming out to a little pond, and across that pond, I'm not sure if you can see it in the GoPro, because I know they're not very good, is a portage sign. Kind of knew this part of the river was going to be like this. But I don't see a way around it easily without getting into the mud. So I'm going to put my stuff back in my boat, paddle across this pond, take it back out, and start the process all over again. Yeehaw! Well, I'll have you join me on this portion of the big paddle. Yeah, that last section was a long section. I portaged around. I believe John, from Lost Lake said you could wade through there. He went through in August. I'm in here in June. Certainly, I think there's a lot more water right now. A lot of current and some deep spots. Anyway, I chose to portage, that one portage so far, and I think this is the next two are mandatory ones that John talked about, so I'll check them out. But that's the end of that paddle. I'm here. Well, we're making our way up the middle bark, just past the island campsite. Didn't stop to have a look. Still some pretty good chop out here, so I'm just making my way. Having a great day again. Boomage Lake. Nice breeze here this afternoon. Tent. I'm going to stay in the tent tonight. Sleeping bag airing out. Gear bomb. Comes up here to a fire pit. Kind of out on a little bit of a peninsula here. Very nice. Good morning. Day 3. Packed up camp, had breakfast and coffee on Boomage Lake. Pretty little lake. I was so beat yesterday I didn't even go out fishing. It is 5 to 8. So not an early start, but not terrible. It was sprinkling rain this morning, so I laid in bed for a little bit while that finished up. And here we go. This is just a beautiful little lake. Got a couple portages today to get into Bark, my destination lake. First one is a 350 meter, and shortly followed by a 1200 meter. So we're going to take our time going through those and enjoy what scenery has to offer through there. Right, Made it through that 350, first portage of the day. Now we're arrived to No Name Lake. That's what it's on the map. Short hop here, half a kilometer down the lake, not even. And then we're into the 1200 meter portage. Feeling good so far. I'll do this one in several legs. And what I mean by that is I'll carry the gear up, 300 yards, put it down, come back, get another load, and then keep on hopping it like that. Cooler morning this morning, I'm glad of that. For this portaging, rain has held off so far. On the portage into Bark, 1200 meter. For the most part, pretty good shape. A little gooey here. Just ran into a couple other paddlers on this portage. Ron from Swifty Paddlers and his paddling partner. They're going in the opposite direction. Right. Through that 1200 meter portage, we're out onto Bark Lake. Got a line in the water. Didn't catch any fish yesterday, but I missed a couple on, I'm trying to think, Long Lake, I guess it was. 2 fish on that lake, and didn't catch either one of them. Anyway, we're going to make our way up Bark Lake here. Not sure how far we'll go. We'll see. Got a wind out of the north today, although it doesn't look bad here. We'll see what it looks like up for. Oh, we made it a few kilometers north up Bark, right into a headwind. Just tucked into a bay here. Beautiful beach here in this bay. And I'm hoping there's a place to spend the night. Well, there's just going to be, no matter what. I think there's a campsite in here though. Wow. This is just a beautiful bay in here. And there is a campsite here. So I will definitely be stopping. Wow. Yeah, after battling a very big north headwind all the way up Bark Lake here this afternoon, this is a nice reprieve in this bay. There's not even a ripple on the water. Beauty. This is where we pulled ashore. We, as in me and my lovely canoe. Now, hard to imagine that I fought a headwind all the way up this lake. There's not even a ripple in this bay right now. Gorgeous. Nice beach. Up here, nice little tent pad right here where I'm gonna put my tent up tonight. I'm not gonna hammock it. Nice little fire pit. Someone left me a little bit of firewood. Another tent pad over there, and some other unwanteds. Oh, what the heck? Didn't notice that. A dime, a quarter. Don't know what that is. That one's a toonie, coming apart. What a shame. Huge red pine. Ooh, look at that one. Big leaner. Yeah, I don't like this tent pad anyway. Going with the other one. Alright, gonna get set up. What a fantastic day I had today. Anyway, started tough with those portages, especially the big 1200 meter. Came to this beautiful, beautiful beach site. Spent the afternoon and evening here. It's not even dark out. I'm going to bed. I'm beat. What a great day. Gotta love it. Okay, we'll see you tomorrow. Good morning. Day 4. All packed up. Leaving that beautiful beach site. I really needed that last night. And now I'm going to start to make my way north and then west up the lake. Guess probably more west. Get around the corner here. And make our way to Gray Owl's old cabin. Once spent some time in as a forest ranger. I believe the cabin was built back in the early 1900s, like 1907. So like 120 years old. Well, we've now gone through the Narrows and reached what I think they refer to as Middle Bark. I don't know, probably 5-6 kilometers still from the cabin. Well, I started paddling at 7 this morning. It's only, I don't know, quarter, 20 after maybe. And there's a wind up here already. This stretch of the lake, wow, you can see forever down there. pulling up to the site. Of course, this property is privately owned, I believe, by the outfitter in Elliott Lake. Not seeing anyone at the moment, but I'm going to pull up to the portage and not their property. Here it is. Rails cabin. Private property, so we cannot mess around here, and actually the outfitter is flying over top of us right now. Not that I care, because I'm not doing anything wrong. Wow. Looks like the other cabins, I'm guessing from that era. Oh, it didn't make it. Some old dishes and stuff you can see through the rotting logs. I believe this was built 1907-ish. Wow. Pretty decent size too. Yeah, well, that was really cool. Good to see that cabin, although it's certainly showing its age. Hopefully they do something to, I don't know, not necessarily restore it, but to at least hold it where it is. Should be cleaned up too, it's a mess. But it is what it is. Pretty little narrowing between middle and lower bark. Right back to the spot where I put in here. It's from the portage right along that shoreline somewhere. Yesterday morning, I guess it was, around noon. So I paddled all the way up to the cabin, Grey Wolf's cabin. And I'm back down here, and I'm going to continue going right down to an island campsite. I hope it is what it is. And spend the night there, and all is well, we'll hit the pond system tomorrow morning. It's just a little shallow part between a peninsula outcropping and a small island. It's a pinch point here. It looks reasonably calm out here too to make this long paddle. Ooh. slope here. Finally made it to camp way down at the south end of Bark. Quite a paddle today. Wind switched directions several times. Once it was in my favorite. Island campsite. Anyway, here's what it is. Hilly, come up to the top. Settles off to 1, 2 tent pads. And I am going to send a tent up tonight. And I'll get it set and start making camp. Good morning, day 5. Very south end of Bark Lake. About to get in the canoe and start heading through the mud ponds back to Ensemble. I don't know, it may take me 2 days to get through there. What a beautiful, calm morning. So fantastic. Oh. Sun's over this side here. Blocked by the trees right now. I'm on an island here. In this particular spot I can see a trapper's cabin over there, and there is a outpost camp over in that bay. But I didn't see anyone here in my short stay. All right, I'm gonna get going. We're out on the water, heading for Fog Bay, which should be right in front of us here. Very shallow entrance apparently. And then it's going to be a creek and pond system down to Poupor Lake. I don't know, 7 portages, couple, 3, maybe 500 meter-ish. We'll see how far we get. It's not a panic or a race. There's to be some foul weather tomorrow, maybe even tonight too, so we'll see how far we can get. The further the better, without overdoing it. Here we go, a lovely early morning view of Fog Bay. The last little piece of paddling I'm going to get on Bark Lake, this trip at least. Bark Lake was amazing. Yeah, it's a little windy, so I didn't get to fish, and then when I got to camp I was too damn tired. I'm going to go this way. But nonetheless, fantastic. Ooh, this is like really shallow. Hoping here where it's less weeds, I see that I'm gonna have a better path. Yeah, it's getting a little deeper here. Yeah, they call it Fog Bay, and there is a bit of a mist on the water this morning. Beauty. (8:20), we finished the first portage, 230 meter into whatever lake. It's got a number, not sure which one is offhand. And we're just scooting across this little lake, pond, whatever you want to call it, to try to locate the next portage. These ones they have no indication. I was able to see the trail, and the trail is pretty good. But there's no signage, there's no flagging tape at this point, anyway. So this one's a 500 meter. Hopefully it goes well as the last one. All right, I'm on the portage trail to Lake 51, I believe. 500 meter. It gets a little confusing up here. I thought this was the road that I broke out to. It is not. This is the road that crosses. One way that way. One way that way. Go left. This is the instruction that Kevin Callan was giving many years ago in his book. And then, whoop, this is now the portage. Goes from big wide trail to a much smaller trail. All right, yeah, gets to places like this, you got to be paying attention. All right, well, I got my big pack on, making my way through, about halfway. Holy fuck, we're here. Wow. 500-meter portage. Actually nothing to it. It was very easy. I did get confused at one point where I met that logging road. Kevin Callan's notes helped me. But that floating bog right there, I don't know, 20-30 meters of it knocked the shit out of me. I'm out on this frog pond, whatever it's called, Lake 51, I don't know. I'm not even sure anymore. I'll have to, the map is put away right now. Oh, but the breeze feels great. I actually feel good too. Okay, I need to go find the next portage. This is it right here. All right, got done that supposed 300 meter and a lift over into Star. That was definitely 500 or 600 meters into here. The one before it was likely the 300. I think they're just mixed up on the map, if I was to guess. Yeah, Star don't look like a very big lake either, and it's followed by another 500 meter portage. Lucky me. Yeah, pretty much another, just a swamp of a lake. It does open up a tiny bit around here to the tune of about 100 yards. Got its own beauty, that's for sure. We're just coming off of Star Lake and approaching the portage trail. 500 meter into Lake 51. I might have said I was at Lake 51 already. I was not. I was at 32 and 40 earlier. So this will be into 51. 500. Yeehaw! Headed out to Lake 51. Kind of neat there. The lily pads are just popping out into bloom. Kind of the first ones I've seen. I've seen the odd one, but here there's quite a few. So it's just that time of the year, I guess. They're just opening up. All right, we made it through that 458, I think it said. Oh shit, which way? Oh, this way. And we're out onto what's labeled on the map as a shallow creek section. That it is. But very floatable. Dripping a few drops of rain. Feels kind of nice. The next portage is, I think it's into Poupor. And I'm not exactly sure the length. I think it's around 250. All right. Well, I'm finishing off the portage into Poupor Lake. A little longer than 220. There's I guess a new beaver dam up above that requires portaging around. So it added another 100 meters maybe. So maybe a 320. And we're just about got her beat here. You can see the lake out there. From my car with one short portage around the dam. So I don't know, unless this wind beats me off the lake, I'm gonna keep on paddling my way back to the car. I'll wrap this this trip video up right here saying, wow, what a good one. I mean, it was a slog. This day here, I'm gonna make it from Bark right back to Ensemble. Not my plan, but that's just the way it's gonna turn out. I know it's about 4 o'clock now. I left at 7:30. A couple more hours maybe. I'll be back at the car. So if you've made it this far into the video, thank you very much for watching. And we'll keep on putting out the content.